You know, they say if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And I just found myself in a position where I need to get ready because I want to do a water change on here, but I don't have any available water. Why? Because after I emptied out my top off bucket, I never filled it back up. See, I fill up a it's a clean trash can that's never been used. Um, and I fill it about quarters of the way up with water, and I use it to top off the Guppy Grove in the Better Kingdom. Well, the last time I did that, I emptied it and I did not fill it back up. So I just filled it up just now, and that means I have to wait 48 hours for that water to naturally dechlorinate before I can go ahead and do something with that right there. This is green water, and it's not that it's necessarily unhealthy. I want to see my fish. I like green water, I really do. But Blue, where you at? He's over there. You can't even see him. It's crazy. So this water change is gonna have to be put on pause, and we'll get back to it. And here we are, folks. 24 hours later, excuse me, 48 hours later, because I had no water on hand at the moment to perform the water change. So let me aim this down so that you can see. This is the trash receptacle that I was talking about. This has, since it has been in use, it has been in use exclusively for my water changes. Now, I also have a bucket here that I'll be using to collect the water that I'm taking out. And seeing as this is my first time doing this with this bowl, what I'm going to actually do is start a siphon. And I'll be doing that through this air line here. And let's get this pulled out. And what I was going to do, I had brought the critter cage up here, and I was thinking that I could dip this in here to actually pour some water in there. But as it turns out, I found something even better. This is one of those tops from, like a package of CDs. So I could just dip this down into the water and use it as a big, huge cup. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let me go ahead and pull that out. Let me pick this up so that you can see when I start the siphon. As you can see, this is not the fastest in the world. So we're gonna let this rock out for a couple minutes. And once I see that get to an appropriate drainage level, I'll go ahead and cut it off. And then I'll start pulling water from the can. In the meantime, I do not have any of those scraper units, because I was going to do like Why Not in Wyoming does and put some of those green scrubber units on the end of like this chopstick and start scrubbing some of the algae. However, I noticed that I was actually able to scrape some of the algae without it. So, oops, I'm actually going to start doing that while the siphon is going. And I think I want to lift that so that it's actually dropping. Let me see if I can adjust this. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me stop. All right. Let me move this. Okay, folks, I'm just gonna like insert this little video, I guess, like, in the corner while I'm doing the time lapse. But I want you to see that there's actually a thing here that will measure what I've got in here. And as you can see, we have pints. And when you look down here, I'm right at the line for number 4, because that would be 4.5 and that would be 5. So like I literally just took a gallon out of that bowl. So I'm guessing on maximum capacity, it holds just over 2 gallons because I was just under the halfway mark. Just something worth noting. I figured I'd throw that in there. All right, folks, back to the time lapse. Alrighty, now we took out significantly more than what I intended to take out. But to be honest with you, if I could, I would take out more. I don't want to strip. I'm not doing 100% water change. I'm not. But this is going to require another water change, because what I realized real quick was that the air stone was getting clogged up with the debris, and that was slowing down the siphon. Because right now I'm looking at the timer, even though you've been on the time lapse, I'm at the 33-minute mark. That is way too long to drain that amount of water. But when I removed the air stone, I realized, hey, I pretty much got a little miniature python. So I started going through the substrate, and when I started doing that, a couple of times I picked up a couple rocks and had to clear them out of the line, and one time I actually picked up a snail, so I accidentally killed one of our snails. So I'm gonna have to get some more snails from the Guppy Grove to throw up in here. Now, mainly Bettas is supposed to be sending me some mystery snails. One of them is definitely going up in here. We need some assistance in helping to keep this as clean and organized as possible. And until then, we'll just use the pest snails. And I'm going to end up requiring more water out of that bucket than I originally intended. But it's all good. I do have a small water spot right here on the bed. Fortunately, that was from the new water and not from that old dirty water that was coming out. Um, and just looking at what I can see so far, yeah, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get my Python on this on some more of this sand substrate. But we're gonna give this till tomorrow and let things kind of settle down in here, and then we're gonna actually move some of this substrate around. And as I had mentioned before, that bulbitis actually turns out to be a Java fern, and it's best that I actually remove that from the dirt because the rhizome is buried, and it's not exactly, I mean, it's a hardy plant, but it's not necessarily bulletproof, and I don't want it to die, so I'm going to remove it and possibly get it attached or anchored to something. I'm not quite sure, but we'll figure something out. But first things first, it's going to have to come up out of that substrate. And in the meantime, this airline is going to go ahead and go back. And oh, I am definitely seeing a huge difference. I mean, I could actually see to the Java fern from here, and you can technically see it from there. But let's get you a little closer look. And you can see where I actually got a lot of that python action in on the substrate. So for now, the water change is essentially complete. However, the gravel cleaning, or rather the substrate cleaning, is not, because we got a lot of dead algae down there that still needs to be gotten up. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and bring this entry in the Guppy Bowl update to a close. As always, folks, you already know the drill. If you know anybody out there suffering from any form of mental illness, I ask that you please reach out to them. You never know what difference that reaching out can make. You can prevent a tragedy, or you can give birth to a miracle. And always remember, folks, winners are not people that never fail. They're people that never quit, people that never give up. So don't you dare give up. Don't you dare quit, especially not on yourself. I believe in you, and you should believe in you too, because nobody is ever going to love you better than you can. You heard? And on that note, I'm out of here. This is Dead Fred 821. Like, share, subscribe, ding that notification bell so that you stay up to date. I love you all. Be blessed. Be safe. Peace.